Hi friends, today I want to talk about another book which is on India's history. It's on the revolt of 1857, but it is from a British perspective. But before we go into the details, if you like blogs on history, especially Indian history, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more updates. Now to the topic at hand. The book in question is The Great Fear of 1857 by King Wagner. It tells a story which many of you have heard, but you have all heard it from an Indian point of view. It builds up remarkably as British talk among themselves in the summer of 1857 of conspiracy theories being heard, of chapatis being circulated and whispered between the native troops. And they refer back to earlier uprisings. I don't know how many of you know that there were earlier uprisings also before 1857. There was the Vellore uprising and many others in South India especially. Now there is talk whether women and children are safe. You see, typically the British expected that Indian soldiers, specifically, as you know, the moral conduct that they have always expressed, fight was always between the soldiers. Women and children were normally left safe, okay? And how things spread then later on when the final mutiny begins from Barakpur, etc. And you know the whole Mangal Pandey story, and then how what happens in Meerut. And then how these troops then reach out to Delhi. The part that I want to stress is feel the fear of the Britishers. And when the massacre starts, what is really not usually told to us because it is gory is that women were raped, British. Children were maimed and killed. There were massacres galore. And I do understand in some manner that probably the frustration of 100 years of rule, especially the last few decades, when the British had become extremely condescending and arrogant toward the natives, burst out in an emotion which did not see man, woman, or anything and went massacring. On both sides, the massacre was brutal. Every chance that the British got, where the native soldiers were unarmed, sometimes wrongly also, innocent also, were killed. And the Indians also unleashed fury on the British soldiers. It's a powerful and an emotional read. It gives you a perspective of the ruling classes, the terror that was experienced. Even some Indian ruling classes. In probably a future vlog, I will talk about what Ghalib had to say about the whole revolt and all. But let's say, for this vlog, I want to only stop it at this part and the British sentiment. I will have another vlog later on what happened during the 1857 and why we lost this as Indians. But today I want to leave with a thought which makes me understand why India got independence in 1947 and a major reason for that. You see, post the 1857 revolt, and there were many books written in Britain at that time, it terrorized the psyche of the Britishers. That's why 30-40 years later, rather than risk another revolt, they encouraged the formation of the Congress so that Indians could ask small demands on a constitutional basis. That is why, though in the Second World War, the INA and Subhash Chandra Bose were defeated, though there were conspiracies whether Bose was alive or dead, what happened was that the British started making an example of INA ex-soldiers by having a well-publicized Red Fort trial. But when the trial started taking place, there was a naval mutiny, and any mutiny brought back fears of 1857. One of the reasons why India lost 1857 is because many rulers believed that the Russian state Tsar would come to the defense of India or the Afghans. But Russia, having recently lost the Crimean War, was in no position to come. But post Second World War, Soviet Union was a different matter. There was real worry about the Soviet Union's involvement. And there was real worry that a mutiny could again lead to death of private citizens, of wives, etc. And so the British fled. This was one of the major reasons why the British wanted to really leave in a hurry. This is not stressed much, but the basic point was the British wanted to leave while the sun was still shining. Thank you.